Is once again.
I have all the power.
All right. We'll
All
start
right.
off. We're going to start off with DXY, guys. We normally do, for those of you who are always here or have seen any of our other live trading sessions, we cover DXY because it's reserve currency of the world. It makes up for 80% of all trade. So it makes a lot of sense with the pairs that we're trading, major pairs that are heavily influenced by the US dollar. So it always makes a lot of sense to come on to these charts, onto this chart, 4-hour daily, kind of see what's going on, and see where price action may be headed for the week. Okay, so first thing we want to do here is go to the daily time frame. We do this on every single chart. This is like kind of the starting first step of this like kind of overall analysis. Is you just want to come to the higher time frame here and identify sentiment, overall trend, and see if anything has changed or if we're at significant levels or not. So we were super bullish, as you can see, lots of higher lows, higher highs, good strong channel, until we saw this bearish movement over here. So price action pushed lower through this monthly and is confirmed a significant closure below. So that's a break, right? So we are clearly in a bearish channel. We have been blowing through major support, looking to test as resistance, looking to form structure as we just keep dropping lower and lower. So we're in this new range now, this new zone here between 95 flat and this weekly at 88.5. Okay, so we're into this new range, looking very, very bearish, tons of momentum. But right now, we're looking for one thing really and one thing only, and that is structure formation. 38.2 up is right here at the lower end of this monthly zone. We would have really liked to see price action push out of this range, hit the 38.2, consolidate maybe a little bit, and then give us the transition and continue with another bearish leg. That would have been pretty textbook trade as far as what we look for in a trade. But so that could happen. Nice little pop out of this range here, test 38.2, continuation down, or this could just continue to go sideways for a little while longer, or momentum could just push it through this minor support here, and just again with bearish momentum pushing price action lower and lower. So yeah, it can move lower without forming structure. That obviously presents more risk if you're looking to enter in a trade, but either way, this is definitely bearish as hell right now. So we're looking to get down towards the negative 27, which is around 91.15, and even lower, potentially down towards our weekly zone. Yo, we just started pouring over here.
Oof, Pete.
Yeah, damn. So, all right, so we're bearish, guys. And what needs to happen for us to start considering, a more bullish trend? We need to see a break of this monthly zone minimum, absolute minimum. We need to see a break of this, a nice higher low above this zone, and then same with any minor levels like 96.5. Anything above that as well would be, definitely hinting at a transition to the upside again. All right, but right now, super bearish, and then we're just moving sideways. So this is what's interesting is DXY is moving sideways, right? As you can see in this little range here. These swings really aren't that big. It's just consolidating, but the rest of the market is kind of reacting based on these little swings. This little bullish up leg here and this little bearish down leg. So let's move on to AUDUSD. I'll show you what price action is doing on this pair. All right, so let's go to the daily time frame first. Same thing. Overall sentiment, see if anything's changed. Bearish as hell, right? Key zone was this monthly. We were bearish. As long as we remained below this zone, we were bearish, right? But then we saw a break of that zone, retest on a higher low, and now we are clearly more in a bullish trend, clear transition here at this level on a daily time frame. So that's huge. That's pretty huge. So we're looking to go long here. This overall sentiment established. Nice 4-hour bullish trend. Here was that initial break of that zone. Retest first higher low, right? Retest again, pretty much a double bottom. Double top here. So this is just kind of like an expanding pattern. Volume's kind of picking up here, and we're looking to go long. All right. So right now we had a little bit of a rejection up to 78.6. Now we're getting a transition. We got a nice MA cross. So now would be the time to be looking for some sort of pullback or bullish setups on the 1 hour. So this is what's happening right here. We have a little bit of a box pattern, little minor resistance, minor support right in here. Let's get rid of this background. Okay, cool. So basically from here, either we want to see a break to the upside, nice little break and retest. Something like this, right? Price action has to break out of that zone, or break out of this box pattern, retest, nice little higher low off the top of this pattern, and then continuation to the upside would be perfect. Okay, but also, look for a quick dip down to 6218. Nice little pocket right here. This minor support, fib level. That would be nice, and then look for a bullish setup through the MA cross, with an MA cross, and that would be a good enough entry, definitely. So this is looking more bullish than anything else. Looking pretty good. That's the 1 hour analysis. Let's go back to the 4 hour. So for us to go bearish on this is technically bullish, even if it comes all the way down to 100%, right? So it still would be a touch of the support here. Still overall bullish trend. So for us to really consider any short opportunity or change of trend, we really need to see a break of this monthly at 0.708. Right, price action really needs to get below this like this. For us to consider a change of trend, this is what it needs to look like. Something like that, okay? You see a nice higher low, even lower, below this zone, below this monthly, and then we can start considering bearish setups, okay? Until that happens, we're super bullish on this, especially as long as we remain above this monthly, okay? Damn, dude, my allergies are killing me.
No.
It's terrible.
You beat.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
No problem. No problem. So guys, as always, we're doing a giveaway. So if you guys want to get on the giveaway, just post in the Discord or post in the chat your Discord name. That's all you guys need to do. $25. It's the last live trading session of the week, so it's going to be the last giveaway that you're doing. So if you guys want in, all you got to do, for attending the session, just post your Discord name in the chat. Cool.
Very nice. Very nice.
Right,
You guys, giveaway. Giveaway is key.
Giveaway time.
All right, now we're gonna give away some analysis. Let's get it.
Yes, the real gold.
Right, the real chart
gold.
All right, guys, we'll get to gold in a minute. Damn. All right, guys. So we're on to AJ next. First thing, daily time frame. Overall sentiment, super bearish, huge bearish channel. Yes, we broke out of the channel, but we didn't break through this monthly yet. So this is key resistance. This is pretty much the last line of resistance before we start seeing a major transition to the upside and potentially price action all the way up to 80 flat. Okay, so big zones, new ranges. Let's go to the 4 hours, see what's going on.
Big zones, baby.
Yep, hell yeah. That's what we're looking for. Breaks of zones. All right, so huge ascending triangle here at the top of this giant 4 hour trend, right? Huge 4 hour trend, huge triangle, okay? The top of the triangle is at key resistance, this monthly zone entirely. So this is looking pretty nuts. We would like to see a break of this zone, clear break, retest, and then we're long. We're going long on this. Any sort of higher low above this monthly zone would be ideal because this level has held so well in the past. A lot of rejection. And now we're getting consolidation in this area, so price action is holding here. And now we just want to see that break, retest, confirm higher low, and then we're long as hell. And then we're targeting towards new highs. First, probably around the 78 area, 77.5, and then even higher. Okay, so this one we're still on 4 hour confirmations. Really just gotta wait this one out. But it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Okay, just need to see that break. So what needs to happen to go bearish? We need to see a break of a whole bunch of higher lows. This zone, lots and lots of breaks of higher lows. And then lower highs, obviously, because if we're gonna start taking shorts, we need to see a transition of the trend from bullish to bearish. Need to really get through all these higher lows, start getting some lower highs, strong bearish movement, and then we can start targeting lower. But until that happens, I would say pretty much the 75 handle too is the most significant. I want to see a closure below that, to be honest. So yeah, until we see anything like that, we're gonna remain bullish on this, guys. And it's looking promising. It really is. All right, so that's AJ. This is a light one. Just gotta wait. There's really not much to be said here. Just waiting for a break and retest and some setups on the 4-hour. All right, so next we're gonna do UJ. Damn, this thing's really going. All right, so
let me see. Where's it at?
we're going to the daily time frame now. Checking out the overall sentiment. We know it's super bearish, huge descending triangle, right? So if we zoom in on current price action, we've recently broke to this monthly. So it's pulling back now, back through the monthly, but let's take a look at the 4-hour. See what it's telling us. Okay, so we know overall sentiment super bearish. We know that there's a range between 109.25 and 106. You can just see how it's bounced multiple times. Okay, so super bearish, as we can see. We were expecting some sort of rejection up to 61.8, nice break, retest, consolidation with continuation to the downside. Didn't happen. Pushed back up through the monthly, went for a deeper fib level. Didn't really find that much rejection at the 78.6 or 88.6 where we are now. So it looks like our next target is about 100% retracement. If we don't get a reversal here at the 100%, like this, we don't get this reversal, then we could be looking at a potential transition to the upside. But still a lot has to be proven here. We need to see a break of 104 or 107.4, clear break, followed by a higher low, and then we're long, targeting towards this weekly zone. Okay, so definitely still short on this. As long as we are below 107.4, it's still pretty much a bearish channel, bearish trend. But we'll just look for this area. This 107.4 is kind of the pivot point. All right, but this would be a really nice trade even if we got up to 100% and then pulled back, got a transition below this range here around 106.7. That'd be a really nice entry, and we could short down towards our fib level and weekly. All right, so that's UJ. Let's move on to EJ. Bullish EJ, the bullish freaking pair, man. All right. Daily time frame. Overall bearish channel here, right? Super bearish, as you can see. We did have our transition. This was probably one of the first pairs to get a major transition on the daily, especially since all this news. All this volume stepped in. It pushed right through all these lower highs. Key resistance at 121.25. It broke, retested, and then continued higher. So definitely safe to say that this trend is now bullish, or at least more so now. And it's all the way up into our monthly zone. So let's go ahead and jump to the 4-hour. Huge 4-hour trend, right? This was that initial break. This was that retest. Continuation of the trend is here. And this thing is, it's pretty healthy as far as, how strong this trend is. Like, it's not too strong, and it's got good movement. There's good volume here. We're getting a lot of patterns, some good structure formation, nice MA crosses, good bullish variations, and so on. So, like, this thing's been moving pretty good. Right now, we are in our monthly zone, though, however. So from here, we want to continue with the overall bullish sentiment, right? We're looking for long opportunities here. So we really want to see a break of this monthly with a higher low. Okay, or some sort of consolidation. Look for a fib level to be hit again, and then you could take a long off that, right? Any fib level, 38.2, 61.8. Always a play can be made off of one of those levels, right? But ideally, the more conservative route here would be waiting for this break of this zone, confirmed higher low, and then we're long, and then we could play it into a larger time frame move, swing it into the daily time frame even. Into this weekly zone up here, 130.1. or 131.0. All right, so that's looking pretty good on EJ. This is good movement too. So for us to go bearish, we really need to see a transition of 124 flat. Need to see a break of this zone right here, guys. Need to see a break of that, and then we need to see some lower highs below that zone, and then we can start considering a transition to the downside. All right, but yeah, this is EJ, guys, looking pretty good. Ideally, we just want to see that break and retest. All right, next is gold. Give me 1 second. Again.
The Forex League snooze session. So again, post your guys' Discord name in there for the giveaway. You don't need your numbers. That's what somebody comment, do I need my numbers in there or something? You don't need your numbers in there. Just post your name. I'll get that spun up right after the session. Boom. Yeah, and for all you guys that are new to these live sessions, again, all we're doing is me and Nick are looking for trades for today. Trying to cover anything from structure, do our top-down analysis, entries, maintaining orders when we're in them, when we line up potential signals. You know, that's sometimes we'll give free signals on the call if they're available, but most of the time the signals are just given insides of the chats afterwards. And if you miss any part of this, this is recorded so you can watch it after.
All right, yeah, this is always recorded, so that's always a plus. So anyone who doesn't catch it can watch it later. All right, so last pair from me, guys, is going to be gold. Let's go to the daily time frame. Super, super bullish. I mean, that should be no surprise to you guys. We've covered it before already, but it's just a crazy, crazy bullish movement here. Shot all the way up to 20.70 per ounce, then came all the way back down to 18.62 per ounce. So let's go ahead and drop to the 4-hour and see what current price action is doing. Huge volume here. So this is just a huge swing, like huge push to the upside, and then it dropped literally, 10% of its total value. So that's pretty wild. But right now so major support was here to 38.2. It broke through it. Now it's testing as resistance. So now we got to wait for, either more consolidation here and then a transition to the upside, or the 61.8 fib level to be hit, which is also where this weekly zone is. So, I mean, we'll see how this plays out. But the closest long opportunity right now would be on a transition of this zone at, 1942, 1945 area. Nice break and retest there. Higher low above the zone. Could take some entries based on that. Just need the right confirmations. But yeah, guys, this is gold. Looking pretty interesting. All right, so quick recap. I covered DXY, AUDUSD, AJ, UJ, EJ, and gold. All right, I'm going to pass this off to Angelo. He's going to jump into some more major pairs for you guys.
Okay.
All right.
It's my time to shine.
Get it.
Let's go.
So, put me in, coach.
Let's go. Oh, charts on the screen. All right. Let's get it.
Good to see it. Good to see it. Back in the
Good to see it. All right, cool. Dude, I wish this Zoom bar would just disappear.
I know. You got to, drag it, bring it off screen.
Yeah, it's so annoying. I have one screen. All right, let's get started here with the heavy hitter EU, the big guy. Let's go to the weekly time frames. We've been talking about, last couple of days on the weekly time frame. And just to start off, guys, as you can see, charts are pretty clean. You know what I'm saying? We just have monthly and weekly levels up here. These levels we get on the monthly chart. So that's where we start. We start our top-down analysis. So all the way on the monthly chart, we'll go on the line chart. We'll take off all the moving averages. These are the only ones we use. People ask questions about which ones we use. They're literally right here, so you guys can just copy them. So, we start on the monthly, start on the line chart, get these lines based on support and resistance levels, the way that we teach in the course, looking for gaps, overlaps, etc., and touches. So yeah, right now We've got our weekly level, monthly level. Right now we're near a weekly level. We're at a high, very overextended, obviously, at the moment. And we're overall, in a bullish trend. We're at the top. We got a lot of exhaustion coming in. Had this 2 weeks ago, bullish candle, a lot of buyers exhaustion. Then last week, this doji candle. Then the next step from here, after going on the weekly, is get to a time frame where you can see structure more clearly. And we rely mostly on the 4 hour and the daily. We don't like to be on the 30-minute looking at structure unless we're looking for entries. So overall structure, 4 hour daily. Start off on the daily. Obviously in the daily, we see a higher low here. We're all the way at this high here now. But we want to break down these candles. We want more information. So I'm going to just go to the 4 hour, and then boom, at the 4 hour, we can actually see some highs, higher low, climbed all the way up to this high, higher low. So now we're obviously consolidating within this range right here. We got highs, we got lows, but think of it in terms of structure. These are higher lows. If this is broken, we have a nice confluence with this weekly level that we can short at. And on the flip side, this is an uptrend. Don't overcomplicate things. We find support here. What I'm saying? This is going to potentially continue to the next high. So that's all that I did here, guys, with this entry last night. We had an entry EURUSD that I put out right here last night at 1.18090. So that was right at this area, 1.18090. And let's just go over what I was looking at. So we started to, and we went over this on the live session yesterday. Yesterday's live session was here, and I was talking about if this starts to cross and we confirm we're above this level, it's going to be the same type of trade as this right here. And that's what we're seeing right now. So I went down to the 30-minute time frame. What did it show me? It showed me that we had this high right here. We had this low. This confused us because right here was that break that we saw originally, and then we broke back below. So I was waiting all the way up until this broke again, which we got not here. This was a test, but here, this is when it finally broke above. Moving averages crossed on the 30-minute, moved above the 200-day. And then pretty much, I just this was a little bit of an aggressive move. I didn't wait for a higher low. I just kind of anticipated that we were going to respect this support level down here. This could have retraced all the way down into this level. That's why I gave myself my stops below the 200-day right here, below this support level or demand zone right here. So pretty much what I can do now is I'm just going to take this off. I'm just going to put on this little demand zone right there. Boom. So this is what we need to respect in order for this to continue. But at this point, we went into profit, I believe, 45 pips. Our stop loss is about 37 pips. So I moved stops to break even. This still needs to form a higher low. By higher low, I mean this needs to pull back through the moving average, find support, continue long. That's what it's doing right now. It's pulling back at the moment. Let me throw on a fib. Boom. Fib here. We got the 38.2 and we got the 618. So we're seeing if it respects the 38.2, much like it did right here, then this is a very healthy trend, push higher. If not, it could potentially retrace lower to the 618. If it drops below there, our stops are at break even right now. So I'm just going to be out of the trade and I'll get in on the next higher low. So I'll get in on the next situation, much similar to this, bullish engulfing variations through the moving averages. So we got some questions, which is good. Boom, had to know demand and offer zone. How do you know demand and offers? So it's demand and supply zone, first of all, and pretty much demand zones are at the bottom. It's the beginning of a large push. There was no price, never looked back once it pushed from this low. Right here at the flip side, supply zones are going to be at the top. So, in this downtrend, this right here would be a supply zone. This right here would actually be a supply zone. And it actually came up and retested it. So this is a good example. So drag this across, price shot down, and then this was the last line of resistance. came up, tested it, shot down again. So that using the fib though is the 100% level, 100% level. So if price breaks below this demand zone, this 100% level, then we know the trend is invalid. The trend is shifting. We don't want to be in that. Momentum is turning from bullish to bearish. So good question that you had here. And again, guys, feel free if you have any questions. The live sessions are for you and they're free. You know what I mean? So we're not trying to hide anything from you guys. We're just trying to go through the charts, help you guys out. You got to participate as well, though, in order to benefit. All right, let's go over. So that's EU. I'm just maintaining this trade. This is another trade, USAF. This was a little aggressive, but I'm still confident. And I say that because I'm looking at DXY, and DXY on the 4-hour has confirmed a lower high here. Moving averages have crossed. We're in a downtrend. I could totally see this thing continuing to push. Looks like we're pulling back a little bit right now, but let's keep the bigger picture in mind. Daily time frame, retested this monthly zone. Now we're falling back below it. I could totally see this pushing back down in this area. And we're not trying to make it too overcomplicate things. This is what it's showing us. We just broke 1-hour structure, on DXY. This is now in a downtrend. On the 1-hour, the 4-hour, the daily, every single time frame's on, it's in a downtrend. So that correlates well with USAF. USAF is also breaking, pulling back a little bit now. Let's hit up to the daily time frame on USAF. Looks very similar to DXY. We had this yesterday, nice bearish engulfing candle through the moving averages, red, blue, below. Then we hit the 4-hour. 4-hour looks very similar. If we bring on a fib, which I don't normally do, but if we want to visualize it, we got the 38.2 was retested, and we came back up, retested, made a lower high in this area. So we're trying to get to the 0% and beyond. We're trying to push to the next low in this 4-hour trend, and that's the move that we're anticipating always. And then we use the lower time frame. In this case, we used the 30-minute, but if we bump up to the 1-hour, this does have some room to retrace. That's why I did this wide of a stop loss and put the 200-day in play, because this is what we're looking at on the 1-hour time frame. We just broke structure right here. Boom. If I bring on my 1-hour fib from my high to my low, it would be a nice 38.2 retest right there. And then this thing could continue lower. So that's what we're looking at. I went all the way down to the 30-minute, and I was looking at this formed, this lower high, entered right off of this, just trying to get in on that, a little confidence trade. How we doing? So we'll see. I didn't, the thing is, even though I took this confidence trade, I didn't squeeze my stop loss right here. You know what I mean? I moved my stop loss to a place that made sense above this 200-day moving average, the 1-hour, above the 38.2. So we do have a good chance if this thing didn't just drop off. I was trying to catch the quick move, but since this is pulling back, now we do have, a lot of resistance in this area that we could respect. So, what I'm saying? Give yourselves a chance. These trades, again, the way that me and Nick trade, most of these trades play out over the course of 12 hours, 1 day, 2 days. So I'm not, we entered this last night, and about 8 hours later, what I'm saying? I'm still waiting to see how this develops. I'm comfortable in the trade, and you just got to know where you're at, guys. You got to know where you're at. I'm not sitting here in drawdown, not knowing what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly where we're at. All right. So that's USAF. Those are just the 2 trades that I'm in. Let's go over UCAD. UCAD is disappointing, to say the least, because UCAD was a signal that we put out. Not disappointing. It almost hit all the TPs, but then it did this pullback, and it showed an entry in the middle of the night, and this entry was fire. It's fallen pretty far now. So let's look at the weekly on UCAD and weekly time frame. Again, all that we have here is our monthly, weekly, monthly level, and then sometimes I'll throw on a little trend line. I'm feeling spicy, So I threw a little trend line on there. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And we got some confluence here, 200-day trend line. How we doing? So we're moving right now to this area. Things dropping heavily. We've been talking about how this thing's been bearish for a minute. And as I go down to the daily, you know, obviously very bearish. Even in here, very bearish. Just riding the moving averages. 4 hour, very bearish. Lows, lower high, low, pulled back. This is where we had that entry right here. We got down to this weekly level, and then we pulled back for this final, you know, where they grabbed some more sellers. So let's go to the 30-minute. And this is just all the way. It was a nice 30-minute trend. You know, this is just a nice 30-minute trend. This thing was just trending. We entered right here. Stops were here. Pulled back about 120. Pulled back about half of the position, and then went into some good profits. Ended up getting to about 1 or 2 to 1 risk reward, and then it double bottomed, pulled back. This is where we got out, and then you know, right here was the next entry. This is what we talked about yesterday. Boom, through the moving averages, didn't break any lower highs, just continuing, and then this one fell pretty far, 40 pips, 100 pips. So the risk rewards are all there. Nothing on this, no moves. You know, this is just going to continue to our targets from here. No real move on this. Looks a bit like a repeat before the push down on the daily. I think it will fall again. Not sure what that was about. Our trend lines better drawn from wick to wick or from body to body. Yeah, trend lines are definitely better drawn on the wicks, guys. Draw the trend lines on the wicks, because think about it, the wicks on lower time frames break down to bodies of candles. So you want to capture all the information. You know, that's the true spot at which you should be drawing these trend lines. Was about DXY. Oh yeah, DXY is gonna, yeah. I'm not gonna say it's gonna fall, but it's showing us that it's gonna push to the downside. So we're not gonna go against that. Let's go to GU. Boom. And again, it's much similar to EU. GU is in like the same situation. I don't believe, see, this looks so similar to EU that it looks, and I'm like thinking we already did this. Oh no, oh good, EU's coming back. All right, so GU is so similar that it looks, you know, it's scary. Okay, so let's go up to the weekly time frame on GU. Overall, we are in a downtrend, guys, on the weekly. Lower low, lower high, retested the low. Now we're coming back up, retest this level. Daily time frame, you know, daily time frame, we're in this exhaustion zone, this supply zone up here. We're struggling a little bit in this area, but we're still bullish, guys. We're still bullish. Made this high or low, made this high. I'm looking to get up to this monthly level. At this monthly level is where we will most likely grab our next amount of sellers or buyers and head in a, you know, with another push. So 4 hour, again, bullish, you know, high or low, retested the high. Now we're coming back, potential high or low. So we're still looking for bullish opportunities. If we break and go lower right here, that's when we can really look for selling opportunities all the way down to the 30-minute now. This is what I'm focusing on, 30-minute time frame. And again, little cheat code for you guys. If you're on the 4 hour, and we talk about this in our breakdown of how we look for entries and shit. We're on the 4 hour time frame, and let's just line up some confirmations, because I know me and Nick we just run through it and we're like, okay, this is a trade, but let's line up some confirmations. We bring on the fibs. You know, is this at a price reversal zone? No, it's not. It's not a 38.2. It's not a 618. So this isn't exactly going to help us. So that's one confirmation that's not on the table right now. Is there any patterns? Rectangle pattern, high, low. That's a bullish confirmation. So that's one confirmation that we at least have right now. Then we can look a little bit closer. What's going on, you know, in here with price action? Are there any bullish engulfings? Or what's the moving averages doing? Anything like that. It's like here, we've got bullish engulfing at the bottom here, bullish engulfing at the bottom here. And again, these are all support levels. Like this is a random line we drew. So this is a confirmation as well. We're retesting this high or low. You know, we're retesting support. So we can say one confirmation that we have is the rectangle pattern. 2 confirmations is the support level. 3rd confirmation is bullish engulfing, bullish engulfing, bullish engulfing. All right, so that means on the lower time frame, we're probably getting breaks of structure. And this first one, no break of structure. Next, bullish engulfing, you know, could be a fake out. 3rd that came through, definitely break of structure. Now all we're looking for is lower time frame, getting it on a higher low. So we're waiting for the pullback, waiting for some confluence in this lower time frame, getting it on the higher low, and then we'll just ride this thing into the higher time frame, guys. So that's just a little example. Looking for confirmations. You know, generally you want 2 to 3 before entering, and by 2 to 3 I mean on the higher time frame, guys. 2 to 3 confirmation on the higher time frame. Then the entry rules are just always similar. Like, we're looking to get in on higher lows. So entry rules, say we were trying to enter here. Like, say we were just a quick example for you guys. Say what we were just going over was over here. I lined this off. I was like, oh, this is the break of structure. Now we're trying to get on higher lows. What makes the higher low? Pullbacks through the moving averages to the fib levels, 38.2, whatever. And then when we find support. So it's like here on the 30-minute, this is a higher low. This right here is a higher low. And yeah, so those are like 2 examples of areas that I personally would enter on right in there. And yeah, so that's what we're looking for in this area now. You know, obviously this is not what we're looking for right now. This is what we're looking for. This is confirmed for us. And the reason I say that is because back on the 4-hour time frame, what we just highlighted right here, we had to wait a little bit longer. We went over this yesterday. We need this 4-hour to confirm. Like, we need this to start to cross, and then after the cross is when we're looking for entries. So we weren't looking for entries yet here. We were looking here, and that's when it fell. Nothing presented itself in that area. So here we're looking for entries, looking for the 30-minute, and we will capitalize that when it comes. So let's go now to NU. NU is interesting because it's like trending against all of these other pairs right now. It's, you know, the USD is actually strong right now with NU, which is crazy. So let's hit the weekly time frame. We've got lows, lower high, low. Back in this weekly confluence area is what we've been talking about. We got the supply zone trend line, had this doji at the top, more like an inverted hammer candle showing signs of reversal. And then, you know, the follow-up bearish candles here. And then again, we're just getting to a time frame where we see structure. 4-hour, we were making highs, higher low, high, higher low, and we broke, made this lower high right here, confirmed with the cross. And now we are just dropping, and we're actually rejecting a nice confluence area here. 200-day resistance line, bearish engulfing, all the way down to the 30-minute. This is just a nice 30-minute trend continuing. And this was yesterday's analysis. I was looking to pull back to this area and short, but I don't know. I'm not trying to go USD strong right now. What do you think, Nick? I guess NZD is so freaking weak.
Yeah, I think NZ's just weak.
Yeah, I think
I'm not long on the dollar, not yet.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be long on the dollar either. You know, again, we're going according to the DXY chart. DXY is literally the value of the dollar. So value of the dollar is weak. NU is showing otherwise though, which just means that NZD is so weak right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's super weak, definitely. But also, you know, dollar's consolidating, so it's kind of just holding its ground, whereas NZD could have movement, and hence this transition, start of this bearish trend here.
Yeah, so this thing's just trending bearish, you know. Again, you could look for entries on this, guys. If you want to enter, you could enter here, put stops above this level, ride this trend, you know. More ideally, like, I feel like right now we're kind of at a 4-hour low. Like, until this is the play right now is to short it based on technicals, short it, continue managing on the 30-minute. But on the 4-hour, like right now we're at a low. We really would like another lower high to form and then enter there on some sort of transition. So I'm going to keep NU in mind. Last but not least, let's go over to GJ. This is what we looked at yesterday. Let's go up to the weekly. So weekly time frame, lows, lower high, retest of these lows. And then last couple of weeks, a lot of bullish pressure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullish candles coming into the market. I was talking about this as a potential resistance level, blew right through it. So now I'm just going to hit the 4-hour. This is where I see structure clearly. Highs, higher low that was respected here. High, higher low respected here again. High, higher low again. And then now we're surging to the upside. No plays on this right now, guys. This right here actually looks like an ascending triangle on the lower time frame. This is definitely a move that you guys could have took advantage of. Right here, boom, right here. You know what I'm saying? This is a bullish continuational pattern. So you really could have just entered right on the break of the pattern and put your stops below either the support level, like minor support, or squeeze it even more on that. But I wasn't looking at getting in on that and aggressively. Another confirmation there was that we were at that resistance level. So as soon as it broke above the ascending triangle, again, at least 2 confirmations. That's 2. Third confirmation, always just price action.
Yep.
And that's what we're seeing. So that's GJ. Good, as they said, NZDs are weak, I saw. Yeah, I mean, NZDUSD doesn't look bad right now, but that is all the pairs that I'm going to cover for today for you guys. Make sure you guys get your names in that chat for the giveaway. We're going to, continue updating our signals. If you guys are interested in signals, just shoot me a message in the chat. If you guys want to get in on premium analysis, it's $7 one-time fee. This is not signals, guys. All premium analysis is as me and Nick are looking to get in on signals, we will post a chart in the chat talking about where we see the lower time frame breaks of structure. So it builds off of these live sessions. It builds off of all the free analysis that's in here. We're trying to give you guys as much as possible for free. You guys can learn really as much as you want to from these live sessions. And then, obviously there's the course. And if you guys are interested in that, feel free to reach out. We're not going to get too much into that at the moment. But yeah, this is our last session of the week. So make sure, remind you to put the winner for yesterday. I believe I put the winner for yesterday's giveaway. I don't know. Yeah, I'll take a look at that and see if I put the winner for yesterday's giveaway. If not, I'll update it today. And yeah, last live trading session of the week. So the next time we'll see you guys is going to be on Sunday.
Absolutely. So you guys enjoy the rest of the week. Tomorrow should be a little slower, not as many trade opportunities playing out. But yeah, guys, keep an eye on the market today. Still potential setups. And yeah, happy trading.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. As always, thanks for your support, guys. We love you.
Hell yeah.
Peace.